Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Today we are going to be breaking down and consolidating everything that's come out in the last couple days, which I was waiting, man. I was waiting for us to get all of it so that I didn't just have to, like, so many videos. So, we're going to be doing our best to consolidate it. First of all, this trailer, lovely, although if you just beat depression, guess what? It's back. Because it's sad as shit, and it's like, guess what? This is the thing that I talked about, what I thought Ganyu had, but I guess not. I guess Ganyu is a little bit more distant. But the whole problem with the living forever thing is that you see all the loved ones around you die. So even though maybe her friends helped her achieve godhood, or possibly gave her the strength to achieve godhood, well, they don't have godhood, or they're flawed or different in some way. They could have fallen in battle and anything. So I still don't know what that means for this. Like, why did she decide to be an asshole or become cruel? I don't know. Because if anything, it looks like eternity is her enemy. You know what I mean? Like the fact that she lived for eternity forever. Or maybe that's her idea, is that she doesn't want, it's not that she's villainized living forever, she vilifies everyone else around her. She vilifies this changing, this lovely scenery, so she wants to anchor herself to this, and she thinks maybe by doing so, others can have this and not have to go through the loss of perfection or idealization or whatever it could be, or love in this present moment. Although I think probably our main character and probably Paimon are going to tell her something to the effect of, well, wait, the only way you can get stuff like this is by seeking it out and fighting for it and trying to, like, you know, kindle that spark again, and not just by having it. But anyways, love the trailer, cute. Anyways, and with the trailer, baby, we got BAAL's skill tree, all of it, love it. I'm not gonna like reformat it, so it might be hella zoomed in, so forgive me. I don't know where I am on the screen, but yes, BAAL, the Ryden Shogun. Let's get after it. So here's what Mihoyo themselves defined characters, which I'm going to go ahead and say this means nothing, because they said that Yuimiya burst DPS. Gugh. Gugh. Anyways, the Ryden Shogun. Ryden Shogun is a support character who can enhance their party's elemental burst damage. So this is something actually I didn't really see too much of, or I kind of knew about, but I didn't really see it too much in certain places. Anyways, with her elemental skill, she can increase elemental burst damage of all party members and trigger coordinated attacks. After unleashing an elemental burst, the Ryden Shogun will wield her sword thing and katana in battle for a short period and restore energy to the party. So she is functionally, this is what people are saying, she's an elemental burst damage support. But also not. She's also incredibly good in the coordinated attack support, which is just the DPS support. Anyways, when she activates her elemental skill, she's going to buff up all elemental skills, and then she's also going to increase the party's energy regen. So it seems like you're going to want to use skills, use your bursts and all that stuff, and she's going to basically give you more damage on your ult, but also help you get it back faster, just feeding into this cycle. The only problem is that in Genshin, most characters that have decent scaling anything have, unfortunately, a very big ult cooldown. So it doesn't matter if she gives you energy, it's the fact that you can't hit the button that you have the ult or something like that. But maybe you can build things in a different way. But anyways, cool, love that. But also her coordinated attack, her E, is absolutely massive. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we consolidate information on Genshin quite a lot. So to anyone who supports the video like crazy, liking and stuff like that, much love, appreciate it. Don't say it enough. I'm pretty sure you're grateful about that. But anyways, let's get into the kit. But thank you so much if you do support the videos. Anyways, so her normal attack, we don't know if we'll be seeing too much of this, but people are speculating that you'll need to level this up in order for you to get more damage on her ult, which makes BAAL a very, very greedy character. She's going to need to level up her main attack so that her ult damage with her katana is good, although we don't have confirmation if that's how it scales yet. We're also going to have to level up her E, because her E is the other thing that kind of makes her just a general good support outside of specifically buffing ults and all that stuff. But anyways, consecutive attacks, plunge attack, all that stuff, boom, boom, boom. Here we go, though. This is where things get a little bit more complex, which I'm actually into. Yes. So yeah, her E, she unveils, does a good bit of electro damage and a pretty solid AoE, does damage to nearby enemies, and she gives you the Eye of Stormy Judgment. Now, what does the Eye of Stormy Judgment do? Essentially, this is her coordinated attack, which maybe possibly has a very, very small cooldown window. So you're going to be able to just pop this thing off really, really fast if you have a fast attacking character. We kind of talked about this in her video. But point being is this is going to do AoE electro damage, which probably means that this thing is not going to hit ungodly hard, but it's going to hit consistently and etc. That's why you're seeing like 750 damage, or 750 damage, not crazy. We don't know how built this character is yet, but still, or who is being profiled, but anyways, point being, it's AoE, so that's going to super dominate the elemental reaction kind of thing, so just take that within a grain of salt. That could be a limiting factor for her. No, it does say. Coordinated attack is on a 0.9 cooldown, okay? That is huge, okay? Shincho's on a 2-second cooldown, that's on less than a second cooldown. Massive. So that's going to be really benefiting any characters that can attack very, very fast. And if there's any character who doesn't have AoE, this is going to help, i.e. Yoimiya. Speculatively, that's what people are saying. But this is the other thing that I didn't really know about. Coordinated attacks generated by characters not controlled by you deal 20 more damage of their normal yeah, so basically, Ventis, Shinchos, any character that you're not controlling on the battlefield themselves are going to be massively getting a 20% damage buff. Yoimiya, in order to buff your party's attack, you need to play with her for like 2 seconds. With BAAL, you just hit this button, hit your E, do some damage, get this stupid long, crazily long Stormy Judgment buff, which is going to give you electro damage on top of whatever you're dealing, which is just good AoE damage, and you're getting a free 20% damage to your other party members. That's wild. That is wild. Especially if you're running her with other supports, which it seems like you should be, because we're going to talk about other things, at least when it comes to her ult. Okay, so her ult is where things get a little more complicated. The Eye of Stormy Judgment, it's literally just hit E, and you've got a lot of shit going for you. Go team. But this is where shit gets a little bit different. So how BAAL works is there's a stacking mechanic centered around something called resolve stacks. God in heaven, which can go up to 60 resolve stacks. Now, how do you attain resolve stacks? Outside of the Ryden Shogun, whenever you use elemental bursts, the Ryden Shogun will build resolve stacks, but it is based on the energy cost of your burst. So that means characters that have a huge alt cost are going to benefit immensely, I would assume, on giving her more resolve stacks. So that means Shincho, I think Baido as well, I think both of those have 80 cost for their ult, and they're just great support damage characters, so they're going to be great to run with BAAL. But yeah, any character that has a big, like, it takes a lot to, like, generate particles for your ult, which BAAL is going to help in that endeavor, should be good. Also, the reason why our person here is also getting some progress on this resolve stacks is because whenever you activate, or consume, I should say, particles, you're going to be getting 2 free resolve stacks. Not that much, and it's also on a 3-second timer, but this is something that, like, over the course of time, if you're just playing your other characters and generating particles constantly, you're going to be able to smash shit with BAAL, but it does seem like you're going to be trying to keep your eyes out for any character that has a very, very small cooldown on their ult, because ideally BAAL is going to give you the ult back faster, so any character that you can quickly use their ult like twice before you can go back to BAAL is going to be huge. Characters that come to mind is Hu Tao. She has a hefty ult cost, as well as she can cast it like within a 13-second or 15-second duration or cooldown. Same thing with Zhongli. Zhongli's cooldown very short. Same thing with Venti. All these things. Also, Venti is going to be amazing because the Eye of Stormy Judgment is going to be getting 20% more damage, and also it's on a less than 1 second cooldown, and Venti's ult hits like 1,000 times. So those Archons are going to play really well together, I think. But alas, ladies and gentlemen, this is the iconic Booba sword in action. This is what we're going to be fighting for. So this is going to be generating us particles. This is going to be dealing mass AoE, and I don't know if this is going to be that strong because it requires, like, because her constellations have to do with her getting easier resolve stacks. So it's kind of like I think it'll be good. I think it should be at least on par with Eula, who like could still deal like 500,000 damage with her building stacks over time. I would hope it's at least that, although she does give a lot more support capabilities, unlike Eula, so we'll see. Maybe a little bit less. Also, it's not a very support element, but anyways. I will say, though, you do not have a lot of time to play with this ult, it seems. It seems like you have maybe like 5 to 8 seconds, so it's probably like an attack combo and a half. And you're mainly just there to use it, deal a bunch of quick burst damage, gain particles, gain more burst damage for your other characters, and gain energy recharge and all that lovely stuff. So yeah, also the electro damage cannot be overwritten when you're wielding her weapon with her ult. And here's the big thing, she will regenerate energy for all party members. Energy can be restored this way once every 1 second, and this effect can be triggered 5 times, so give or take, if you just constantly are button mashing and you're hitting things, you're gonna be able to generate particles like mad, and this kind of feeds into her general sequencing. Again, you're gonna use her ult after you've built up some stacks, and then you're gonna give a shit ton of particles to your party members, and if you have them on high energy recharge, those particles are gonna go a lot further, so Shinchos and Baidos, it's gonna be a lot easier to get their stacks because you're using alts that cost a lot, and if you have them with the energy recharge set as well, those particles are going to go a lot further, and also just switching to them using their E's should help as well, because you're going to be increasing their general particle gain as well. But anyways, you're just going to be able to sequence into characters a lot more, but I think there is a need with characters that do have high alt cost, just to make sure you're getting like the maximum amount of resolve stacks when you are in it, so to speak. Also, this is awesome. The Ryden Shogun has interruption resistance increased by a lot. She's also immune to electro damage reactions, which is fantastic. So if you're weirdly triggering overloads and whatnot, she's not going to be getting messed up by that, even if it's enemies doing it to you, which is great. Also, all of her damage, charge attack damage, plunge attack damage, all of that, normal attack damage, is all burst damage amplified. So again, the new energy recharge set ideally is going to be good for her. And then her story, we're not going to get into that too much. I don't want to get into the spoiler range, although I do think she is cute as a button, and hopefully the story explains like how, you know, she was a fucking horrible tyrant and she, you know, Sag, all that. Also, the other character that they recently released gameplay footage of was Aloy. Very cute. I'll be honest, guys, this is just maybe me, I really like the whole eyeshadow thing. Could this be me? But I think that looks absolutely stellar on people in real life and in video games. So yes, very excited for Aloy, although I don't know, honestly, man, like, to me, the thing that, like, we're kind of getting a little penny right here, but there's a lot of characters coming out all at once. Like, sure as shit, it would have been nice to get Aloy when, what do you call it, when we had, what was it, that 1 week with only like a 4-star coming out, where we have a main Archon, of all things, a good one, it looks like, and we got Sara, we got also, we got Aloy, and we got a bunch of new, like, it just seems like this is the last time where people are like, yes, I want to dedicate time to farming resources to level up a character, my dogs are popping off right now, great. Anyways, but also I just don't know if I'll have the time to actually get around to leveling her up or anything like that, because also the way you get Aloy is by, of course, doing the PlayStation thing, being on PlayStation. We'll go through it in a minute. But yes, I've always loved the hell out of Aloy. My dogs will not stop. But yes, she looks absolutely adorable. Her fucking eyebrow game is on point. Also, it's so loud. It's just so loud. They just keep going at it. Anyway, she's a bow user with cryo, killing it. Also, they define Aloy as a burst damage dealer. She can use her elemental skill to accumulate coils, stacks, or rushing ice effects to increase her normal attack damage output. She can also deal AoE cryo damage to opponents when casting her electric burst. Killing it. By the way, Horizon Zero Dawn was delayed. So sad. Anyways, so yeah, she does look like she is, in a weird way, a burst character, or not burst character, sorry, a main DPS. Using her abilities amplifies her base attack, which is good. People are worried about her attack combination lag. I don't think they should be too worried. For people who have played Fischl know that you can aim cancel out of most bow characters' kind of synergy. So right here you could just aim and then shoot again, or before you get into her last attack, you could aim and shoot again and probably be okay. But of course, she does have a charge attack, which is performing a pierce shot. Deals damage, biting frostbite. Yeah, it just seems like a normal charge attack where it just accumulates frost, same as Amber. You know, it doesn't seem like it's anything special. It gives it stupid AoE or anything like so. Or like fireworks. Maybe that should do something. Anyways, stop it, me. It's just a failed effort at this point. Also, why is it so far away? It's not showing us anything. It's so zoomed in. Okay, so Aloy's talent, her E, is her iconic fusion bomb. Anywho, yeah, so she does a bunch of cryo damage in AoE form, but she also puts down a bunch of cryo mines, which you guys can see that it has pretty good radius. Like enemies, I think they'll be able to detonate this. I know with Klee's bombs, they had to literally be on top of them, but ideally these will be affected by, well, let's hope that they're affected by Venti Swirl, although people are speculating that they're not being, because they're really nerfing the shit out of Venti. with Inazuma and just everything. They were like, yeah, maybe giving a character the ability to suck in everything is not good. Then they made Kazuha, and I'm just like, eat me. Like, what are you talking about? You just want power in a different way, you fucking assholes. Anyways, makes sense. They're trying to incentivize other characters. But anywho, yeah, so on surface level, it's a bomb that hits hard and releases a bunch of mines that hit okay. But under the surface, when the big bomb and the tiny little mines hit an opponent, the opponent's attack is reduced, debuffing them a little bit, but Aloy also receives 1 coil stack. Aloy can gain up to 1 coil stack every 0.1 second. So I hope that means that, like, I'm worried how that will play if you do have a Venti or a Sucrose where or a Kazuha, they group everyone up and they all detonate at once, if that means you're just getting 1 stack. So that may be a way to nerf things a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully, like 0.1 second is, yeah, pretty hard to get the window, but it could happen where you could skim off a couple stacks. Anyways, but what the hell is a coil stack, Grin? Well, it increases Aloy's normal attack. Cool. When Aloy has 4 stacks, all stacks of coil are cleared. So that's the max stack cap. She then enters the rushing ice state, which further increases her damage by her normal attack, converting her damage to cryo. So basically, when you get 4 stacks, when you use her E, ideally you'll just have to hope that an enemy hits all the bombs, basically. But anyways, you'll just get a great damage buff. Let me see. I think it's the same thing as every other character that has, like, same as Hu Tao, same as unfortunately Yoimiya. I'm getting mixed signals. It seems like, I don't know, basically. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. It looks like it's kind of, it seems like it's really good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. don't hold me to that yet. I don't know. We'll see. But basically, yeah, buffs up the character. Also, it lasts 30 seconds. Yeah, it's actually a good bit of time. Do you lose it when you switch off Aloy? Oh, okay. That's a little shitty. So yeah, when you switch off Aloy, you do lose the stack gain, and I believe her E's on a pretty hefty cooldown. So it's not something that you want to do that with, you know. It's kind of like Razor, you want to stay on field when you have her, or like any other character like this. As of her ult is a thing that's a touch disappointing. Aloy throws a power cell with cryo damage at targets, detonating that, dealing AoE cryo damage. I think they really made her, it seems like, at least to me, they made Aloy, quote-unquote, the tip of the arrowhead, I guess. Not the tip of the spear, but the tip of the arrowhead, meaning that she's going to be a main DPS. Seemingly pretty good, especially as a free-to-play character, because that's one of the biggest problems with Genshin, is getting like a really solid main DPS that can push you through every kind of content that exists in the game. That is also pretty easy to play and not too crazy, doesn't have too many things going on or too many things to build around, because you don't have characters to begin with when you're just starting out. So I think this is their antidote to that, to where PlayStation's like, hey, if you wanted to have the best start to Genshin is on PS4, where you can get a main DPS that's going to really be able to hold your hand and carry you through things, which should be fantastic. Now, by the way, I should have mentioned this before we got into any of this, forgive me, but of course, Aloy, for those guys who are not aware, is only going to be available on PS4, and she's going to be coming with an iconic weapon that's going to be pretty goddamn good if you're on PS4, and only if you're on PS4. Now, do not be too sad yet, my friends, because Aloy is also going to be coming to people on PC, and I believe mobile. Regardless, you just need to log in to PlayStation on PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, sorry. Log into Genshin, and you will be able to they will send you Aloy in the mail. I still don't know how all of this works, if we're just able to, because I think you have to link your account. So I think you need to, like, go link your account to a PS4 and cross-platform the whole thing, and then pull your account back and go. If you guys don't want to put up with all that, and this is kind of what I would advise for a lot of you guys, if you don't need a DPS really badly, wait for 2.2, because that's when everyone's going to get access to Aloy. It's just a time exclusive, but also it'll be enough to see if Aloy's worth a damn in terms of investing in all of these things, because it does seem like she's a very selfish DPS. Yeah, so it's kind of, but also she's cryo, but unless her bomb does a bunch of fuck off damage, I don't really see, like, yeah, is she as good as the current DPSs that if you happen to get good ones like Ganyu's or Hu Tao's, we'll see in the future. But yeah, that's also just just because you don't want to waste resources, but if you are just starting out, this is better than probably a lot of the nothings out there. But anyways, we'll see, that's where we're at. So yes, it's a little bit more involved in like getting her. You have to log into PS4, PS5, and then go back in a weird way, or you could just wait. I'm a little sketched out about going back, you know what I mean? I hope it's pretty seamless, and yeah, because yeah, I'm not sure how like changing save data, or if it's just like your Genshin account is like just in the cloud and it can go anywhere. Maybe, I don't know. It seems like a lot. Anyways, also one of the other things I didn't mention real quick. Sorry, Aloy does not have any constellations. They may add them in the future, is what they're kind of hinting at. Also, her talent ascension materials, same shit as always. You can gain experience, you can do all that stuff, you can get a name card, everything is the same for Aloy, except just she has no constellations. As of right now, I'm assuming they'll add them later down the line to make her much, much better. I would assume this is they're going to add that when Horizon Zero Dawn actually launches, and they're like, hey, by the way, PlayStation wanted us to, to do this. But ladies and gentlemen, the last thing we're going to talk about, but the first thing, just because we're on the topic of Aloy, is Aloy's Predator Bow, which is a little iconic to the series. But here's the big pooba, that's big sad. You're only going to be able to get this iconic effect, the Strong Strike, whilst on PlayStation Network. So this bow is absolutely seemingly useless to anybody who's not on PS4. Probably don't get it, probably skip it, and probably forget about it. Cool. If you are on PS4, this is for you. It's got a really high base attack, or at least when Aloy holds it, it's going to get a much better base attack. Again, around 170 or so. Or sorry, 576. So yeah, when Aloy holds it, it's going to have a much higher base attack, but also when you deal cryo damage, it's going to increase your charge attack and your normal attack by a hefty bit. It can stacking up to 2 times. I don't know if this can be refined. I'd like to say that it can't. No, I think it probably can't. Okay, just for your convenience, where is it? Predator Bow. Can this thing be ascended? It cannot. It looks like the Predator Bow cannot be ascended, so you're just gonna get the, honestly, not bad, 20% bonus on your stuff, so it looks pretty okay. It's gonna also be sent in the mail, so it would make sense that you can't really ascend it. But yes, very good bow for Aloy. If you're on PlayStation 4, this is an absolute win for you, especially if you're just getting into the game and you're struggling with completing Spiral Abyss, because you need a main DPS, or at least another main DPS that can cut through the other halves of the story. Good for you. This is gonna be very, very good. Although, you need to be AR 20 to be eligible to get it. It says it right here, travelers who have reached adventure rank 20 and above are eligible to get this, so you do need to have played a good bit. That's a little unfortunate, because you do around AR probably 15 to 16 is probably where you're like, god damn it, I want to beat the domains and do all the things. Anywho, so that's cool. Predator Bow looking absolutely fantastic. This, my friends, is the big pooba. I just looked at myself, guys. I did not shave, and my beard is getting more crazy. I didn't do my like oils and whatnot to make it a little bit more tame. Forgive me. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what everybody and their mom has been referring to. This is the catch, which is going to be able to be given to you by, and we've seen this, by the Inazuma fishing. Hopefully my screen did not change, because that would be a lot to just edit around it. But anyways, right here, you guys can see that it says we are going to be given the weapon, the catch, from doing the whole fishing event, which has refinements. We're also going to be able to attain that from the shop. I believe it's the shop in Inazuma. So when 2.1 drops, or 2.1 drops, go to the Inazuma Fishing Association. They will have the catch. They will have the special fish that you need to unlock in order to get the things and get this polearm as soon as possible. Now, why, Grin, do we want the polearm? Because, my friends, it is incredible. It's like sacrificial, sacrificial desire, whatever the weapon's called. But basically, this is one of the reasons why people are saying this may be the play for BAAL. But with that being said, though, we also thought Yoimiya was going to be like a super free-to-play friendly person, because she had like 5 different archetypes of damage amplification. So you'd think that she was going to be good, but it's just because, again, they scaled her down to make it so that you have to have all the damage amplification to make her relevant or good. I think still a little too much, but regardless, hopefully BAAL is not going to be like that. I think there's a higher likelihood that BAAL might be a little too strong in comparison, just because of the whole Zhongli Archon nightmare that happened. But anyways, the catch, basically, scales of energy recharge. This is ideal for BAAL, and also has a pretty decent base attack, which is ideal for BAAL as well. And also, it increases your burst damage by 16% up to a lot. Let's say maybe 32, or at least around there. But a lot of burst damage gain. A lot of burst damage gain, and also gives your burst damage 12% crit rate at max level. That's pretty good. That's like a cup with a pretty good amount of rolls of crit rate on it. Not bad, especially getting that with 32 or whatever. Crit or burst damage is mad. It's madness. Also, yeah, it tells you right here how to redeem is by the fishing association. Love it. But yes, this weapon is going to be good if you have Zhongli. It's going to be great if you have Shang Ling. I think it could be good too, because elemental burst damage, scaling, all that stuff. Also, if you have what do you call it? The BAAL, this could be massive. Now again, hopefully she wasn't scaled in mind with this stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm a little worried. So I'm worried that, like, in order for BAAL to be good, you're gonna need a weapon that gives you 32% bonus burst damage, fundamentally making this her weapon and only really her weapon, unless you don't have BAAL. In that case, you could throw it on a Zhongli or any other character that they may release down the line that has a burst ultimate that hopefully is active for a good bit of time. But anyways, also you could give this to Rosaria. That could not be the worst, although I do think there are other characters that really speak to this weapon being amazing, but this is a super big win for free-to-play people, especially considering if BAAL is good on a base, and this just makes her way better, this is huge, especially considering maybe possibly BAAL scales off of energy recharge in more than one way. We'll get into that when she actually releases, because I've already talked a little bit too much about certain characters' abilities and whatnot. But anyways, boom. Next character. Okay, so this is the meme weapon that I was laughing with you guys about in terms of just like, please don't make it a DPS main weapon. Because as much as I appreciate the meme, I don't want my badass razor to be hucking around a fish. Okay, I don't want that. I don't want my cool immersion to be destroyed. But this is the Sea Lord Claymore. And essentially, this is a good support weapon, it seems like. So this affects your elemental burst, aka your ult. So it increases it by 12 damage, which is pretty good. Let me check. Let me look what the heck it comes with at a max, okay? At max refinements, you may get 24% elemental burst. But anyways, regardless, when your elemental burst hits, okay? Hits a person, there is a 100% chance to summon a Titanic tuna that charges and deals 200 attack as AoE. So not only is it, I think, scaling off of your base attack, and also it's buffing up your elemental burst, but also it's turning your attack into mass AoE. The only negative is that it's on a 15-second cooldown. But that's still pretty good, especially considering what this thing is. A free I was gonna say it's an energy recharge scale. It's not. So it's a little less good, but still. It'd be really cool if this was energy recharge, helping Bidos and whatnot to actually get to that place. But yeah, to me, this could be great for Xinyan, Rocket Girl, basically. Also, this could be maybe good for Bido. I don't know, because Bido doesn't really hit really hard with her individual attacks. So yeah, well, she does, but not to the extent in which other Claymore characters that just have a burst ultimate that can, like, it's gonna guarantee crit and guarantee give you this like weird Titanic tuna. Yeah, I just don't know what it means by a huge onrush of tuna that deals. So just basically, does it just give you another AoE? So if you like strum the drum with Xinyan, is it gonna like put a bunch of fire everywhere, blast some music, and then launch a bunch of tuna all around you? I feel like that might be the play, or maybe how it plays out. Regardless, this is also obtained from the event shop, so don't get it twisted. The catch is attained by the Inazuma fishing vendor, which should mean the catch is a weapon that everybody can attain if they are eligible to get to Inazuma, which you have to be, I think, AR 40 or something, or 30 maybe, 30. To get to Inazuma, so it's still a little bit out the way, but still, this is something that you can get at any point through an event. I'm assuming it's like a fishing event as well. But yes, I'm hopeful for this. This to me seemed, I thought it'd be really good on Bido, but the more I think about it, the more I think, unless I know Bido's, the goodness about Shinchos and Bidos is that they hit a lot. You know, they hit every 2 seconds. The goodness of Xinyan's is that they hit once in a small duration, but they have a huge cooldown on their ult, so that's a little less good. So we'll see. We'll see if this is good or not. I don't know. I would put my money on fun. Not good, but probably fun. And if you're willing to spend copious amounts of money for BAAL, even though we have a weapon basically alley-oop to you, free-to-play wise in terms of this, this just makes her very streamlined in the way that you build her, seemingly how most other weapons do, i.e. Hu Tao, you build her for HP because her weapon scales off weird HP things. Anyways, regardless, the Engulfing Lightning polearm. Basically, this is a legendary weapon coming with the banner. People are speculating it may also come with that weird claymore that Zhongli made, or whatever it's called. But yes, increases your attack by 25% at refinement rank 1 of your energy recharge. over the base 100, you can gain a maximum bonus of 80% attack. Gain 30% energy recharge for 12 seconds after using your elemental burst. This will make you be able to easily, it seems like, easily benefit. This is made for BAAL. Basically, use her alt, you're getting a stupid more surge of elemental burst, and I believe when you use her E, some particles are coming back when you're using her E spontaneously. Whenever you attack, there's a chance that you get a particle back. Just if that increases it by 30%, that's going to mean the particles coming back for you are going to be massive, as well as the way you're going to build this character now for sure, because people are saying there's an argument for BAAL, but you should build her for some attack percent, some other stuff. This just cements her as no, go entirely into energy recharge, because this is going to benefit her wholeheartedly. So yeah, you'll basically have your alt all the time because you're already building for her for energy recharge to just benefit the weapon, but also you're going to be getting a stupid amount back when you done using your alt, allowing you to probably get close to back-to-backing it, although I think you could get by doing other things, maybe using official and all these other things, Bido and just generating E and particles otherwise. Anyways, I don't think this weapon's going to be necessary. Hopefully not. We'll see. But regardless, this is something that, like, if when you play her in the test arena, she's going to have this weapon, be careful. Because this is one of those weapons that super change the character in terms of just the way you build her. You can build her for a shit ton of energy recharge to where you can basically always have her quote-unquote functionality topped off, not where you're playing this like, but I want more damage, so I'm gonna have to play and spread my resources thin. So we'll see. But regardless, great weapon. If you're happening to wail for her, go nuts. For me, I don't know. I'll leave it up to day one. Basically, I made a mistake. Your boy made a goof long ago, and really liked the character. She might have blonde hair, all right? She may have a useless charge attack, okay? And I went hard in the paint, all right? And even though I played her day one, and I thought something's off, something's different from what I played beforehand, and yikes. Regardless, yeah. So I'm no longer saying I'm 100% getting anybody, all right? I'm a player in the test arena and see how I'm feeling about it. Yeah. So who knows? But also, a little birdie be talking in my ear and everyone else's ear in the community and saying that we're gonna get Mermaid Girl, and we're gonna get maybe Yai, the weird pink-haired priestess, and then another character. So that's 2 characters to wait. So I can get a little low on my primo gems. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. But anyways, 2.2 might be a birdie. Might have some shit if I'm not, Anyway. Anyways, hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. This has been Genshin Impact. This is me keeping you up to date on everything. If you manage to like or share this video around, much love to you guys. As always, too much for me. Appreciate you. There's so much coming tomorrow if I upload this even remotely, or maybe the day after tomorrow. There's so much coming. We got 3 new characters. Crazy, especially considering we go banners with just 1 new character, and it's a 4-star. So like shit. So yeah, and also we got like a couple new islands. We got a bunch of new events. Golly, it seems like they're really coming out of the woodworks. We also got 2 or 3 new amazing weapons to level up and create. Not 2 weapons to create. Yeah, not the 5-star one we've seen, but I guess if you're Aloy, you could have 3 weapons. Regardless, craziness. There's a lot of content, a lot of stuff to digest. Again, we still have things like we all want more resin. We all want more things to do constantly. We all want more co-op features to do on the weekends with our friends, not to just play for 5 minutes and then be like, all right guys, well, it was fun, coming together, which took 10 minutes, but 5 minutes of fun. Anyways, here's hoping we can get more stuff in the future. Thank you for putting that with me. Subscribe button over there, 2 videos further that way. Thank you once again, and goodbye. Also, make sure to do the quest as soon as possible, because it's a weekly, right? Yeah, the weird person. Yeah, okay, bye.